The ocean drives global systems that make the earth habitable for humankind. Our rainwater, drinking water, weather, climate, coastlines, much of our food, and even the oxygen in the air we breathe are ultimately provided and regulated by the sea. Careful management of this essential global resource is a key feature of a sustainable future. Still, at the current time, there is a continuous deterioration of coastal waters owing to pollution, and ocean acidification is having an adversarial effect on the functioning of ecosystems and biodiversity. This is also negatively impacting small-scale fisheries. Saving our ocean must remain a priority. Marine biodiversity is critical to the health of people and our planet. Marine protected areas need to be effectively managed and well-resourced, and regulations need to be put in place to reduce overfishing, marine pollution, and ocean acidification. This will lead to the reducing of fish populations, threatening the supply of nutritious food and changing marine food webs. Approximately 80% of the pollution in the ocean comes from land, and coastal zones are especially exposed to pollutants. Plastic are also particularly problematic, with enormous floating rubbish patches forming in the ocean. Also, one consequence could be the loss of corals on a global scale, as their calcium skeletons are weakened by the increasing acidity of the water. More people rely on our ocean for food, energy, transport, recreation, and other natural resources than any other time in history. As resources on land became more depleted, as the global population soars, and with that, a growing middle class that consumes more seafood, energy, and resources than ever before. Furthermore, demands on the ocean, coast, and the resources they provide are stressing our seas to their limits and putting the world's most vulnerable people at risk. Sustaining our species and growing our economy do not need to come at the cost of a healthy ocean. Development that is planned based in science and inspired by sustainability can lead to a future where people and oceans thrive together. Climate change and its related impacts, such as ocean acidification, are affecting the survival of some marine species. Coastal development is destroying and degrading important coastal marine ecosystems, such as coral reefs, seagrass, meadows, and mangroves. We need clean and healthy oceans to support our own health and survival, even if we don't live anywhere near them.
seas that are healthy are critical to human survival. They span 70% of our globe and provide us with food, energy, and water. Nonetheless, we have wreaked havoc on these priceless resources. We must immediately begin to appropriately manage and safeguard all marine life across the planet by eradicating pollution and overfishing, prevent and greatly decrease all types of marine pollution, including marine debris and nutrient contamination, especially from land-based operations, reduce the effects of ocean acidification, and address them, particularly via increased scientific cooperation at all levels. To achieve healthy and productive seas, sustainability manage and safeguard marine and coastal ecosystems to avoid severe negative impacts, particularly by increasing their resilience and taking action from their restoration. At least 10% of coastal and marine areas should be preserved in accordance with national and international legislation and based on the best available scientific data, improving ocean conservation and sustainable resources through applying international law as represented in the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, which provides the legal foundation for ocean conservation and sustainable resource use.
By 2030, increase the economic benefits to small island developing states and least developed countries from the sustainable use of marine resources, including through sustainable management of fisheries, aquaculture, and tourism, as conservation of marine resources is critical to the well-being of local fishing communities and their livelihoods. Related management actions may lead to changes in human behavior to support conservation programs to achieve their goals. Ultimately, governments and international agencies act as gatekeepers, interfering with needed stakeholder participation in decision making. The way to best safeguard life in oceans is to implement effective management strategies around marine environments.
We must take part, every one of us, on saving the world. We must consider every life form on our planet and pay respect for them. As we nourish life, we nurture our ecosystem.